Wallace Falls features 3 waterfalls, 3 backcountry lakes, old-growth coniferous forest, rushing mountain rivers and streams. Trail near Gold Bar, Washington, located on the west side of the Cascade Mountains.
Oh, so that people can't look into the window.
I decided to do this hike on one of the coldest days in Washington. In the parking lot, there were solid blocks of ice. A discovery pass is required at the trailhead. They do have bathrooms and water fountains. When I looked up this hike, it did say there's recent cougar activity, but we're doing it anyway, so let's see what happens. Starting off, it was super windy. We felt like the wind was going to blow us away.
I was there.
You can see breathtaking views of the Wallace River and the surrounding falls. First stop, Small Falls.
Cameras.
It's a low difficulty, scenic and majestic trail.
Oh wow, that's actually cool. Wasn't expecting to see that. That's cool. So this is Small Falls.
Woody Trail is consistently gorgeous as you wind your way along the Wallace River and approach the 9 dazzling falls. And some stories you can read along the way. It's a very popular hike, but because it was so cold on that day, there was not a lot of people. Moderate elevation gain of 1,300 feet. There's a series of switchbacks between the middle and upper falls. If it's too challenging, you can still get great views at the more accessible lower and middle falls.
Sure. I'll take a picture.
We called this my little house, so I had to take a few photos inside. Here we reach the Olympic skyline. After that, we'll reach the picnic area at the lower falls.
Stories, I had that dream a while ago and never told anyone. Gotcha.
Wallace Falls is actually a set of 9 different cataract waterfalls. You'll first come across the lower falls, which is this one, then middle and upper as you continue to climb. Middle Wallace Falls is about 2.1 miles one way with an elevation gain of 800 feet.
Sorry.
Most impressive of the 3, Middle Falls. 260 feet drop followed by additional cascades that tumble another 100 feet. The Middle Falls have the most impressive scenery with a panoramic view of the Skycomish River Valley and the distant portrait of the Olympic Mountains. This trail was so magical. With all the snow, it felt like a fairy tale. And then you see the sun peeking out through the trees. It was just beautiful. We really did take our time on this trail just to admire everything around us. There's also a Greg Bowl trail to Wallace Lake, but we didn't have enough time to go to the lake before it gets dark. Here's another viewpoint where we stopped and we saw this weird tree that was box-shaped. Here we made some snowmen, while I made a snowbird, and my fingers were falling off after this. We finally reached the upper falls. The falls can't be viewed by its entirety and drops 240 feet in 5 separate tiers. Because it was so cold, my water bottle froze on the inside, and the lid was frozen, so I couldn't drink water. How I was able to drink water is I banged the bottle against something so that the ice could break, and I was able to drink water. And this is definitely where my Stanley Cup would actually come in handy. My bottle wouldn't have frozen on the inside. And we're on our way back. New word for this trip was glittering, which is when snow falls from the trees, then it is glittering.
When did I come here?
This is the end where we also started, and you trek under a pair of mammoth power lines. And the view you will see is Mount Index and Bering Mountain. We made it back to the car just before the sunset, and we can watch the sunset while we drive.
I'm trying to get the sunset.